the answer to any sort of creator's block is just acting. It's just doing what needs to be done. I say that as a writer, as a artist, that I have not experienced any sort of writers or creators or artist block in years. And I decided to talk about this because I was on Instagram and I would still see posts. Oh, I wouldn't say posts. I just saw one post, to be honest. And I thought that was bizarre because I haven't really thought about any sort of block in years. And like the last time I heard anything about writer's block in person was back when I was in high school. And the little connections in my brain just started snapping together. And the main thing that I kind of understood with school was that there wasn't any purpose for me to do what I wanted to do. Or just anything. There wasn't any purpose there. As in kind of being a slave to your whims or what you want to draw, or like what do you think is cool, or just wasting energy, or just burning energy into making the time go by faster. It's kind of a bleak way of looking at it, but that was just going off the mind. I'm trying to do this in one take as much as possible. It's 8:40 in the morning, and this is a new thing I'm trying out. But anyway, I say this as in the reason why people would like look at a piece of paper or look at a blank sheet and nothing is going out creative from that mind, from that beautiful big mind of yours. I say it's because you're a way that you may come to that conclusion of is just you're just doing things just to do it. The best way to prevent this from happening, that worked for me, is planning. And under that umbrella of planning, there are several things, such as sharpening a skill or anchoring that idea with an overall plan, or just stealing from whatever inspires you. Those are like the three main bullet points that I had in my mind. So I guess like the one thing that's kind of universal to everybody that you can do, offer it, is just sharpening a skill. In terms of art, and per se, you can go into like an art piece to try to improve on a certain thing, such as perspective or drawing hands, eyes. I see a lot of people drawing eyes. I think that's the current trend on Instagram, where everybody's just animating eyes. There's a lot of things I don't like about Instagram, but I digress. It can be used for anything. You do it until you're sick of it, and then you want to start on to something new. It's like, what was that quote? I think the people in the chat, feel free to like quote me. I feel like it was like Bruce Lee or something, but like I don't fear a man that kicked that practices 1,000 kicks. I just fear a man that kicked 1,000 times or something like that. You're just imagine your anatomy just whacked out, but man, you might draw some pretty good eyes, some really realistic eyes, and that can probably be your thing. That can probably be your style. A lot of these kids are going after style these days. The second bullet point. I'm sorry, I'm just bullying people. The second bullet point is anchoring the idea with a plan. This one comes from the writer side of my brain, because I don't go into anything without at least having an end goal in terms of the book, in terms of the scene, in terms of what is this character want out of this specific moment in time. You can do that with art as well. like in terms of like an overall composition, because a lot of art is just a visual art is visual storytelling. Duh, right? So when you're trying to do establishing shots with either it's a town or nature, everything that you draw, there has to be some sort of idea that you're trying to portray, unless you're trying to do like a Where's Waldo painting, or where the whole idea is that it's overcrowded and you're supposed to seep through the visual mess. And there's like some sort of beauty in that, but that takes a lot of time. I'm a guy that likes efficiency. But that's just me. But having an idea, a plan, a motif to what you're drawing, it can get you a long way. Have you finished a thing to move on to the next thing, and have something that you can just be proud of. Number 3 is take inspiration from whatever you like, because I think it's increasingly impossible to just not be bored with the era of the internet, and we have a plethora of entertainment to steal from, to incorporate into our own works, that it's kind of impossible. Even I'm sure even without the internet it would still be impossible, because you still have nature, you still have people that you could draw around you, and when you're just walking around, you just want to like create. Your brain just takes all these snapshots that you want to illustrate into like a piece of paper or whatever, that like constantly stealing from what you like or what you see. And that kind of circles back to like sharpening a skill, where going back to the whole eyes and nose and mouth, or like whatever appendage that you want to practice, of anatomy that you want to practice, it's stealing about what you like, and it all circles back to each other. The whole circle of life, the circle of inspiration. And the final thing that I want to anchor on, I want to talk about, I didn't even write it down on my notes. I have notes here. I know it's not even. Let me just throw that away because I'm doing one take. The final thing, that was a peek, sorry. The final thing that you want to do is not be a perfectionist, because there is no such thing as perfection in art. One advice that I took to heart, I forgot where I got it from. I'm forgetting a lot of things today. It's the morning, actually. The one thing I took to heart is only the artists know when a piece is finished. Who is to tell, like, what, how do people say it? Who can tell the artist what their art piece is supposed to look like? Sure, if you tell the person, like, who they're trying to imitate or what they're trying to draw, like, sure, that's one thing. But in the era of the internet, you don't even have to say that. They don't have to know that. So that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. If you like this content, make sure you share it through, like, give it a like, give it a dislike, tickle the algorithm. Did I say share it? Oh yeah. Anyway, I have you can check out my 2 books, my 3 books right now, Purgatory Academy and Chimera Island, down in the description below. Join my newsletter. So yeah, follow my TikTok, follow my Instagram. I usually don't have anything else, but if you have a question to ask me, ask it in the comments, so I'll talk about it in a later video. Alright, appreciate y'all. Peace.